Almost everyone is online, and we are consuming and feeding on content online like never before. Online platforms are space for speech and opinions, which also means a space to share dislikes and criticism. In a more extreme form, it becomes cyberbullying.
Unlike traditional bullying, which is limited to face-to-face interaction, cyberbullying takes place online and can reach everywhere at any time.
UNICEF defines cyberbullying as bullying that occurs through digital platforms like social media, messaging apps, and online gaming. It involves repeated actions to scare, anger, or shame the victim. Namgye Zam, who has over 95,000 followers on her Facebook page, shared that she also experienced cyberbullying herself.
I wish I could say I don't have any experience with cyberbullying, but unfortunately I have. I think it also depends on the kind of things you talk about on social media. The more controversial things you bring up, the more of the bullying you see. And especially as a woman, I've also noticed that women influencers tend to get more of the bullying than the men. And it's been something I've observed over the years.
Namgye added that in her experience, bullying takes various forms, including attacks on her family, direct threats to her life, and even threats of sexual or physical assault. For her mental well-being, she chooses not to engage with negative comments and trolls.
I rarely consume social media. I produce a lot of social media. So that's actually, I think, my advice to anybody who's dealing with cyberbullying. But of course, if it gets out of hand, then you would want to seek help from the police. I have directed people to the police as well, because we do have a law that protects you from online harassment. And I would urge you to actually go and seek protection.
But the question is, why should individuals be concerned about cyberbullying? What happens when somebody is cyberbullied? And why should someone avoid trolling individuals online, whether it is for content or just for fun? Is there any laws or anyone who monitors the issue?
According to a psychiatrist at the National Referral Hospital, cyberbullying can affect mental health. The hospital sees cases of mental distress caused by cyberbullying, especially complicated instances in which their immediate partner harasses them online.
Cyberbullying is not very different from bullying itself, but it can actually have more impact because the person feels very isolated in their experience, and although the experience might be on a public platform as well. So it causes a lot of mental distress, and it can lead to a myriad of mental problems like depression. If there's been a lot of threats online in forms of cyberbullying, it can even cause PTSD. And there's a lot of associated suicidal ideations with it. People might even use substances like alcohol and other things to cope with it.
Meanwhile, according to the PEMA, a nodal agency for mental health in the country, they have developed guidelines for anti-bullying mechanisms in educational institutions and oriented district education officers, principals, counselors, and well-being focal teachers for strategic implementation. The PEMA helpline also provides immediate assistance to those who report any form of violence or other mental health challenges. However, they said individuals do not report despite the avenues. Individuals experiencing any form of violence, including bullying, or need mental health and protection services can contact their helpline at 1098 or 1010. Likewise, the Bhutan Center for Media and Democracy, a civil society organization, said that the center engages youth in advocating on cyberbullying.
We specifically focus on educating young people on the responsible use of social media, and also we encourage young people to engage with information in a very responsible manner and help them develop their skills to navigate the digital space safely and nurture a resilience within themselves.
She added that cyberbullying is especially common among youths, further adding that the lack of comprehensive social media guidelines that addresses all age groups and districts is contributing to the rise of cyberbullying in the country. Similarly, the Bhutan Computer Incident Response Team, BTCERT, assists and collaborates with organizations to advocate on cyberbullying. BTCert is part of the GovTech agency mandated to enhance cybersecurity in the country. Regarding legal framework, the Information Communications and Media Act or ICM Act 2018 mandates Bhutan Infocom and Media Authority to regulate and monitor compliance with national and international ICT and media standards. However, according to BICMA, they cannot easily regulate foreign over-the-top or OTT services available on the internet as they operate outside the country. The authority added that they have no control over social media content and lacks sufficient resources to continuously educate the public. Currently, the ICM Act of Bhutan 2018 and the Rules and Regulations on Content 2019 are in place to address harassment in the country. Section 426 under the ICM Act 2018 states that a person who knowingly makes, by means of an ICT device, apparatus or system, any harassing communication in any form shall be guilty of the offence of online harassment, liable for offence of petty misdemeanor, and may be required to pay compensation to the victim for the damage caused as determined by the court. Similarly, the Rules and Regulations on Content 2019 requires a person to respect the privacy of individuals and avoid naming and shaming any individual unless when the act is proven by the Royal Court of Justice and in circumstances where it may be required in the interest of the public. Furthermore, the Department of Law and Order said that the existing laws should be adequate to address cyberbullying as they already cover online harassment.
Penal Code already defines the online harassment. Even the IMAC Act also defines the online harassment. So it should be, we should be able to apply the existing provisions that are there in the relevant laws of the land. We don't really need dedicated penal provisions for every actions that could be possibly, thought of.
Meanwhile, the Royal Bhutan Police said that the reported cases of cyberbullying have been increasing over the years. However, the police only recorded 6 cases till October this year. They said such cases are rarely reported to the police. The RBP is advocating and collaborating with agencies regarding cyberbullying. According to an international study, nearly 1 in 6 adolescents have experienced cyberbullying. The study surveyed more than 279,000 young people from 44 countries and regions. The report states that there is an urgent need to educate young people, families, and schools of the forms of bullying and its implications.
While it is the right of an individual to express themselves online, one cannot dismiss the mental distress caused by one's expression. By responsibly using digital platforms, we not only protect individuals but also create a safe digital space for family and friends. With camera person Tenzin Jamso, this is Tashi Dekar for BBS News.